Hi, I'm Richie Neville and you're watching Bay TV's Theatre Show.
So the story of Beauty and the Beast, a young girl who ends up going to a castle where someone has been cursed under a spell to look like a beast, and he has to wait till somebody falls in love with him for who he really is and not what he looks like, and only under true love's kiss will the spell be broken, and that's where Belle comes in, and there's lots of other characters and funny things along the way.
Yep, this is my first Panto and it's my first move into sort of acting in theatre and stuff like that, so very exciting.
A really nice bunch of people. I'm always scared that it's going to be like a massive ego that I've got to contend with, and I sort of tread carefully around, but no, this lot I can sort of like shout at and be offensive, and that's not true. No, but like, there's a couple of like people that I've never worked with before, and they're really, really enthusiastic. A couple of younger ones as well. I know that Joe's playing Loopy Louie, and Shannon who's playing the Countess. I've never met them before, and they're really up for it. I think sometimes that's good because because sometimes I've done it and it's been the same crowd, and we kind of get a little bit lazy or a little bit complacent. So when there's new faces, I think everyone ups their game a bit.
To do the Panto is a massive opportunity, because advice I always get off people who have been in the industry is you just constantly have to keep learning, and to learn how Panto works and what we actually do within the rehearsals and as a character, it's definitely something that I'm enjoying, because throughout the industry you're going to want to take on different jobs and different journeys and stuff, so to do a Panto so early on in my life is going to be it's exciting, but it is a lot of pressure, and it's sort of, especially at LHK, Lee wants his shows perfect, and so he should, and I just want to, personally myself, just want to give up the best character to the audience, and but it's definitely nerve-wracking, but I'll try my hardest to work and make sure the audience love it.
No, I really enjoy the acting part of it. When I got the script, obviously with Panto, it's a comedy effectively, and my character is ridiculous. He's so stupid in a kind of funny way, but he just doesn't realise it. That's been fun, working a character into that and developing someone who is that ridiculous, because I suppose there's a part of everybody that is that ridiculous.
I'm excited about the whole thing. I love the kind of whole audience participation things. I've done some kids shows in the past, so I love kind of just hearing them really getting involved, and all the baddies and the goodies and all that kind of stuff.
I would love to play an evil witch. There's someone called the Countess in Beauty and the Beast, and she has got a magic mirror, and if you look into it you see the thing you love the most, and she's got a great laugh and like an evil cackle, and I would love to play a baddie, definitely.
Yeah, she's a very bitter woman. She used to be the most beautiful woman in the whole of the land, and now she's old, and there's a younger girl in the village who's a lot more beautiful than she is, and she doesn't like that at all, because the man that she's in love with is actually in love with this younger girl. So yeah, she's not very happy about that. She's very bitter, and she's just trying to sort of wreck things for everyone because she's unhappy.
main thing for me is that people have a really good laugh. Do you know what I mean? That people, you know, and that people are able to kind of join in with what we're doing, and it's not like a, you know, it's not us and them thing where we're doing our little plays. We want them to really interact and, you know, want them to laugh.
Oh, do you know, I really hope that the audience just laugh, because that's all we did when we read the script. We were just laughing and enjoying the music as well. Obviously, Beauty and the Beast, I think, is a bit different, and it's a bit more exciting because people, companies don't do it as often. So it's nice to go and see something a little bit different. But the music and the comedy, I hope people enjoy it.
Yeah, so I just hope that the audience, you know, thoroughly enjoys themselves, gets thoroughly involved in the screaming and shouting and all the things, and goes away with a massive smile on their face.
So all day on Tuesday we're going down there in the morning, the full cast in costume. We're going to go around the wards and see a few of the patients and stuff there, so it should be really fun.
You're watching Bay TV's theatre show. My name's Dean Nolan.
You are indeed watching Bay TV Theatre Show. My name's Zeus Schofield, and we're here at the marvellous Everyman in Hope Street, and we're doing Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm playing Quince.
And I'm playing Bottom.
There you go. It's basically, no, I hate that, basically. It's, you can't basically Shakespeare, but it's about the dream world and reality world and love and mistaken identity, all the ingredients that make up Shakespeare, basically. I've said it again.
And you've got these three worlds that kind of slightly collide or come together. So you've got the kind of fairy kingdom. You then have the lovers that are kind of part of the, at the end, which is going to be the sort of wedding that happens, and their kind of confusion and what happens with them coming in with conjunction with the fairies and Puck and that character. And then you have the mechanicals, which obviously we're trying to put on a potential production.
Now, if you're confused at Bay TV, mechanicals is not like, it's not robots. No. That's an Elizabethan term for like clowns, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, I was confused when I read it. I thought, mechanicals? I thought we were going to come on dressed as tin men, but no.
And we are a right motley crew as well.
But it's good, it's brilliant. Yeah, we play these craftsmen, these people, the carpenters and joiner and Weaver, and we come on and we're putting a play on for the Duke, who's and it's the wedding, so we all come together and want to put this play on to try and impress the Duke, because we've been chosen from all these people in Athens, by the way. Did we mention that? It's set in Athens. Somewhere in Athens. Just outside Athens in a wood. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we all come together and put this play on to try and impress the Duke and all the courtiers to celebrate their wedding.
But obviously that isn't without sort of hang-ups and sort of problems that happen and things that magically happen to Bottom and other things that are going on out of our sort of power.
Yeah. And the mechanicals are basically the comedy relief.
Yeah.
After.
We hope.
Hopefully. Yeah.
This was the first Shakespeare I ever saw, actually, Midsummer Night's Dream, years and years ago. And actually, one of the parts I've always wanted to play, so it's really lovely to be able to come here and actually get to play this part, because I knew this speech. I used to do it for drama school auditions. I never got in, so it's not good. But
if William Shakespeare could travel in time, he wrote this for you.
I hope so. Thanks, Drew.
Okay.
I hope that's a compliment.
It is.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Radio City's Leanne Campbell and you're watching Bay TV's Theatre Show.
Hi, it's Claire Simo from Radio City and you're watching Bay TV's Theatre Show.
So St Helens Theatre Royal is officially 130 years old. It was originally built and designed by Frank Matcham, who's a very was a very famous theatre architect. Unfortunately the theatre burnt down, but it was rebuilt and now we've got a lovely glass facade. It was refurbished around 15 years ago on the exterior and the interior, and as you can see behind me, it's quite large and it holds 709 seats. Originally, all that time ago, they would have had musicals on, comedy, opera and ballet, but I think as a theatre, St Helens has always given the town a wide variety of types of shows that would be on at a theatre. Well, I joined St Helens Theatre Royal about 7 years ago. I was in a completely different job, and luckily my mum and dad were the leaseholders anyway, and my mum's always been in theatre all her life. And I'd left my previous job, and my mum and dad are quite strict with me and my sister. They've always made us work hard and have a good work ethic, and she wouldn't let me have any time off, so there was a job going in the box office, and she said, well, you may as well do that then. So I started working in the box office part-time, and I found my love for the theatre. I used to be on stage in the pantomimes and things like that, and I found my love for the actual running of the theatre and how the productions work, being in the box office and seeing how people come in and book different shows and what they like. And it grew from there really. The previous manager left and my next step up was to take on the theatre manager role. From that I've also started to produce the pantomimes here 3 times a year, and I also produce 2 plays as well. I direct the pantomimes. Basically I try and do a little bit of everything, but it's because I love the theatre so much. I enjoy being here. I absolutely love my job. And when I'm in the office, you know, I'm booking the shows in and dealing with all the promoters and producers of the incoming shows that come here. And then I have the other side of it as well, where I produce and direct. And so I'm sitting at the back of the stalls and telling the people on stage what to do and how, you know, speak with the stage manager and how he runs the crew, and the lighting designer, the sound designer. I work closely with the musical director when we decide what music we're going to put in all the pantomimes. It has to be popular music for the children to know. At the same time, when we do plays and things like that, we've just had Rita Sue and Bob 2 on here. I sit down with the director and we decide what music was current for that play at that time and what we think will, you know, make the audience, bring back memories for the audience of when they remember what happened in the 80s and things like that, because that play was set in the 80s. So it's really good, and I have such a wide variety of things to do here that it keeps my job interesting pretty much all of the time. Never a boring day at St Helens Theatre Royal. All I try and do with this theatre is obviously keep it open. We're a small business, we're not council funded, you know. Every time somebody comes into the theatre, it helps to keep it open. And the more people we bring in to watch our shows, obviously, you know, news spreads, and I just like to increase audience capacity, and if audience capacity increases, the type of shows that we bring in will get better, and just keep the theatre open, keep theatre alive in the community. And coming up next, we're going to show you all about our Easter pantomime, Sleeping Beauty, at St Helens Theatre Royal.
It's a good, fun show. It's got some great music in it, really talented people, and we found the girl who's playing Sleeping Beauty. We actually ran an audition for her to find a Sleeping Beauty. We ran a competition on Radio City, and we found her, and she's just perfect. Just watching her now, and she's just brilliant. She's just fitted in, and it's just nice to have some young, local talent in it as well.
Well,
I heard about the part and everyone kept texting me like, you need to go for this, you need to go for this. And I was in Amsterdam at the time. And then I just went to the audition and we did a singing round and then people got cut. Then we did an acting round and people got cut. And then we did a dance round and it came down to the final 5 and I'm really happy that I got the job. I'm really enjoying it because it's got It's not hard dance moves, but it's got a little bit of dancing in, and that's what I started off doing. Really, I went to the Hammond School. I did musical theatre, but it is a lot of dancing. So I'm really looking forward to doing the dancing. They're just learning Proud Mary in there now, so I'll have to go in and catch up.
I'm playing Fairy Sparkle this time, which I'm very excited about because it means I don't have to walk around with a leek for a wand this time as a vegetable. Lots and lots of glitter everywhere, and it's possibly the point of when I'm on that stage down there where I may just explode because I get to finish the first half with Land of Make-Believe, and I don't want to give too much away, but it actually snows. So there's actually a point where I might spontaneously combust with excitement while I'm on there. That's the thing I've got to worry about most.
Well, when I was asked to be in it and asked to write it at the same time, I knew, obviously, that I was in it. So there's certain routines that I've done in other pantomimes and stuff like that, and some new routines as well. So it's easier to write because I knew most of the cast. Obviously, with Simon being the Dame, Leanne playing Carabosse and Claire being the Fairy, I knew what they were all like and what their characters were. So it was quite easy writing the show because it was just suiting it around them. So yeah, it was quite easy to do.
The character is a witch. It's a little bit like Maleficent, if you've seen the film. Apparently, I haven't. But it's all about a good fairy that turned bad, so there's a little twist in it. Because I've never played a baddie before, it's a godsend that there's a story, a backstory to this character, so she's not just nasty and dark and grim. She's actually been good in the past. Like many people, met the wrong man, and it's altered the person that she is, and she sees good in the end. It all turns out well, but she gets up to loads of mischief in the meantime.
Do you know what? I've always played the fairy, and I've always played something really sparkly, and it's funny because Leanne's for the first time taken on the role of the baddie, and I think she's thinking, oh, I don't really want to be mean. I don't know that I could pull off the baddie very well because I'd be too much like, oh, I feel really guilty on people, but it would be a challenge.
Well, I've never played baddie before, so this is the first time. Usually the princess or the fairy or, you know, some kind of good character who the kids love. The first challenge is going to be listening to the kids boo. I don't know how I'm going to react. I think I might cry. But apparently, when you're playing a baddie, the louder the boos, the better. So that's my aim, to try and get the kids to really turn and boo my character. They will laugh at times because she's a little bit silly. I get to sing a couple of brilliant numbers, like real rock classics. So I can really, you know, can belt out a few numbers. Hopefully the kids will clap for those parts and then they'll get right back to booing as soon as I'm being a bit mean to the lovely princess.
Well, to be fair, I actually have a nickname fairy in work. I've wanted to be a fairy the whole of my life. I played my very first fairy at the Royal Court in 2001, played Fairy Bowbells in Dick Whittington, and ever since then I have lived the life of a fairy. I think I'm Tinkerbell. In fact, I'm more of a fairy the amount of times I do Panto than I am actually me, so I think I need to research Claire Simo.
With the way that Claire is, with all her pinkness and her bounciness, you just write that in and then she just takes it to a whole nother level and brings it on so much more. And Simon with his comedy and his timing, we've got a lot of quick routines, me and Simon, where we're just bouncing off each other so fast, and I knew I could do that routine because it was with Simon and we bounce off each other so well. So that's the sort of why it's easier, you know what people can do and what they're capable of.
I don't mind being the Dame. As a kid when I went to pantomimes, it's the part that I always laughed at, so I don't mind. And the kids seem to warm to me, and the parents, because a lot of my humour for the audience, I'd say 40% is for the children, 60% is for the adults. And as long as I get the laughs, I'm not bothered at all. I do other parts as well throughout the year, but this is the gig I look forward to. Our audiences are loyal, so they know what they can expect from us. So whether or not it's a bit of light relief with myself and the comedy, which is Liam, who's playing Chester. We've got another comedy character this year, which is the King. The Fairy's a bit of comedy as well, but the kids can boo and coo at the Prince and the Princess, really. So yeah, they're gonna get everything really: comedy, romance, slapstick, and the Boo.
I think you always hope for audience reaction for them to go out with a smile on their face. I would certainly imagine Leanne will want the kids to cry, because when you're a baddie, you want to make the kids cry, don't you? I always want people to come away and actually think, oh, she is a fairy. So that would be nice.
Enjoying being here. It's such a good show. It's such a good theatre. The people around here, when you come back, it's like another family now. We work together. As I said, this is the third show I've done with these guys in the space of a year. And it is your home away from home, it's your family away from family. And that's the best thing, just being back with the guys, enjoying it so much and just putting on an amazing show.
I've performed at this theatre many a time, and the difference with St Helens Theatre Royal is it's quite small, it's quite friendly, and the families tend to return every year upon year, so they tend to get to know the characters. And as I've been here many times doing plays, comedies and pantos and things, you know, it's almost like meeting old friends again. So you see the children grow up over the years as they come back to watch different shows, and I think that's a great thing for the theatre. If people return again and again, they're doing something right. So for me, it's guaranteed anyone who comes to watch this show, they're going to sing, they're going to dance, they'll know all the songs because they're big pop tunes, and yet they're going to relate to a lot of the characters and just have a good old afternoon.